come back to Waresley to see how my elves and my reindeer are getting on. We've had a lovely day here. I'm so excited. Christmas is getting closer and closer. I expect you're starting to do the baking and putting up decorations. How exciting. I can't wait to see you on Christmas Eve. Now, I've come here, and before I go, I've promised my reindeer a story. Now, they're all here. They're all sat around. There's Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Donna and Blitzen, and not forgetting little Rudolph. Rudolph, don't do that. Now then, I've got some questions that you've sent me in. I'm so excited because I'm so pleased that you want to write your letters and questions and pictures to me, and they're all coming in now. It's so exciting, and all my elves are reading them, and they're so interesting. And you've got some very interesting stories to tell me about what's happened this year and how you've been helping at home and what you'd like for Christmas. So lovely. So, first question is from Lula May. She's only 3 years old. Well, she was 3 years old on the 3rd of December. Oh, a very happy birthday, Lula May. Lula May's question is, has Santa been a big good boy, and are you ready for the big day? Well, Lula May, I've been very, very good, because I've taken my example as you've been so good this year, haven't you? I expect you've been to nursery and made friends and do lots of sharing and playing together. You've been such a good girl, and I'm very ready for the big day, just like you are. I know you've been very excited, and I've been excited too. Now, Charlie, aged 8, wants to know, how many elves do you have? Well, Charlie, I've got 9 reindeer and 200,000 elves. Isn't that amazing? And we all live at the North Pole. We've got a whole city for the elves at the North Pole, and they live in their little elf houses. And we might remember last time I told you that we live under an invisible dome, so no one can see us. But it's all lovely in there, and they've all got lovely homes. But that's how many I need, isn't it? Because I've got to go to every child in the whole wide world, all on Christmas Eve. That's hard to do, isn't it? So I need lots and lots of help, just like you've all been helping this year. Aren't you lovely? Thank you so much. Rudolph, don't do that. Now then, the last question is from, how do you get into the house? We don't have a chimney. That's from Paige, age 6. Well, you see, I have help to get into the house. You don't need a chimney, because I wonder, if I give a high five, you'll see who else is in Team Santa. So I expect you're watching this with my helper. Are you ready, helper? We're going to Team Santa high five. There you are. Who did the high five with Santa? Yes, that's right. They're on Team Santa, and they're helping me get into the house. I can also do it by magic, with a blink of an eye, because I can go at the speed of light as well. That's very important, isn't it, to be able to go to the speed of light, because then I can get round the world really, really quickly on Christmas Eve. Stop time, go at the speed of light, and then I'm back I'm home in your house and leaving all the presents. Oh, and don't forget, I really love having the treats that you leave for me. So don't forget to leave me my treats on Christmas Eve. And a carrot for Rudolph, isn't that right? Rudolph, what did I ask you not to do? Now don't do it. Now then, are we all ready for a story? This is a story. It's my favourite one because it's called The Night Before Christmas. Are we all sitting comfortably? Then I begin. On the night before Christmas, all over the house, not a sound could be heard, not even a mouse. All the stockings were hung up with care, with hopes that Santa soon would be there. My sister and I were snuggled in our beds as dreams of presents filled up our heads. Kate wished for a skateboard. I dreamed of a toy car until we fell asleep by the light of the stars. Then suddenly, late on Christmas Eve, I heard a noise I couldn't believe. We rushed to the window and looked outside. We gasped as we stared with our eyes open wide. Then can you guess what we saw appear? A sleigh full of toys and 8 flying reindeer. Driving the sleigh was Santa Claus too. He whistled and shouted to his reindeer crew. You know them too, say them with me. Go Dasher, go Dancer, go Prancer and Vixen. Fly Comet, fly Cupid, fly Donner and Blitzen. Fly to the roof, at the top of the wall. Fly away, fly away, fly away all. The next thing I knew, I could hear on the roof the clippity-clop of each reindeer's hoof. We ran to the living room, and what did we see? Santa Claus was coming down the chimney. He was dressed all in red, from his head to his foot. His clothes were all sprinkled with black chimney soot. He put down the presents he flung over his back. I wished more than anything I could peek in that sack. His eyes were so sparkly. His dimples were merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. He had a kind face and a big round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Ho, ho, ho. He filled up our stockings and tapped on his nose. Then with a friendly nod, up the chimney he rose. He jumped back into his sleigh, cleared his throat with a cough, so his team knew right then that it was time to take off. I heard him call out as he flew out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Good night, everybody. Good night.